Behind me is Moccasin Bend's recently commissioned Hamm Road Equalization Station. The 30 million gallons of wet weather storage here will allow us to keep sanitary sewer overflows at a minimum and reduce overflows into the Tennessee River, improving the quality of life for our residents, giving our community a healthier river and opportunities for growth that we didn't have before this facility was built. There's not enough storage capacity in the wastewater system around here during a heavy rain. This causes wastewater overflows at certain manholes and until recently directly into the Tennessee River at the West Bank location just nearby. Equalization stations create capacity, prevent overflows, and help equalize the wastewater throughout the city's wastewater system. The stations will temporarily store the wastewater and the unwanted stormwater in the system until the system has the capacity to handle it and convey it to the Moccasin Bend Environmental Campus for full treatment. 3 equalization stations were built on this site. Each of these 3 stations can temporarily hold up to 10 million gallons of wastewater and unwanted stormwater that manage to infiltrate or flow into the system. And it stores that until the system has the capacity to handle that water and treat it at the plant. The site is owned by the city of Chattanooga, so that's an advantage. It's in an industrial area, so the visual impact to residents is negligible. The site has the needed infrastructure to connect to the wastewater treatment facilities just around the corner, saving ratepayers millions of dollars. The site is strategically located near the West Bank overflow to the Tennessee River. The elimination of this historical overflow is a critical target for the city as part of its Clear Chattanooga wet weather program. Since the facility was put online in the spring this year, overflows into the river have been eliminated. There is no odor. Each equalization station is enclosed and temporarily stores a mixture of wastewater and stormwater. Odors are extracted and treated at a dedicated facility on site to ensure that they do not smell. The city has a 20-year plan to make significant improvements to the city's wastewater system and dramatically increase capacity. This plan will maximize use of existing facilities, rehabilitate pipelines and manholes, increase capacity at the Moccasin Bend wastewater treatment plant, upgrade pump stations, and add other equalization stations in specific locations around the city. So the construction process took a long time. I think we're on year 3 of a longer-term construction phase because it is such a large facility. Definitely challenges with geotechnical construction with the ground. These are large loads on the ground, so we had to make sure we had a good, strong foundation for them. Also, when you build such a large structure and it's all open inside, we had to build an internal scaffolding to pour the roof, the concrete roof on top. And that scaffolding all had to come back out of a very small 2-foot by 2-foot rough hole in the side. And it was a major challenge to construct and deconstruct that internal framework to do that work. But once it was all done, everything is solid and it's good to go. We've recently commissioned these tanks, and last week, I think it was August 10th, 2022, we had a pretty big rain event, a 10-year rain event here in town, which normally would have activated those overflows. We were able to mobilize this facility. We filled up, with that rain event, we filled up almost 2 tanks. We didn't even fill up all 3 tanks, and we were still able to manage that level of a rain event, and we had no West Bank overflow, so these tanks are doing exactly what we needed them to do and what they were designed to do. And so we're really looking forward to being able to manage those flows in the future. Also at this location, it was an industrial location, but we still wanted to provide a buffer to the public traveling down Hamm Road and to people utilizing the Moccasin Bend Park area nearby. And we've got a large berm in front of this facility that largely hides everything here. And it's going to be landscaped with some good vegetation that's going to even further buffer the site of what might be considered maybe an unsightly facility, but really it's going to be, that visual impact is going to be lessened quite a bit by the efforts that we've done along the streetscape here. This facility is going to keep millions of gallons of untreated wastewater out of our rivers and streams and help the environment, help the health of our community, keep us in compliance with all of the regulatory needs, and allow us to continue to grow as a city. As more population comes and more infrastructure needs to be built, we're going to have the capacity to do that.